Well, I have been getting a lot of questions about Amazon, Amazon Japan, and how to set up accounts. So today, I'm going to talk to you guys about that. I'm going to kind of give you some guidance on how to set your account up for Amazon Japan. I'm pretty sure everyone either has an Amazon account or knows how to set an Amazon account in the US. Don't really think that's too big of an issue, but we'll talk about that a little bit. And if you're new to this channel, you are watching the Titanium Hangar, where we talk about vintage to modern, Star Wars, Transformers, or anything else I want to talk about, and video games. So, getting into all this, please subscribe to the channel if you're new, and press that like button, because I would like that if you did that. So, getting into regular old Amazon, there's a big difference between Amazon and eBay. Well, first of all, Amazon itself, if it's sold by Amazon, you're going to get free shipping if you meet the threshold, which is $49. The other thing with Amazon versus eBay, which they're two big ones, but I always like to make those comparisons, is that Amazon itself is an entity that sells items, and then they also have third-party sellers. So eBay itself doesn't sell anything. eBay is entirely third-party sellers. But you're going to see a lot of fraudulent overseas sellers that are hard to identify until 3 months later when you don't have your item, or you get a trinket in the mail instead of a $100 collectible. But Amazon controls their vendors much better. So getting into this, I want to say that you're going to pay a little bit more for some things on Amazon than you would on eBay. But you're definitely going to get your item, versus eBay, it's a big question mark sometimes. Now, Amazon US versus Japan, there's a couple of differences. So the first thing we're looking at here, and you've been looking at this for a while now, I'm sorry, is the KO search for KO Masterpiece Transformer. And what you're going to notice is some of these are pretty good deals. That's not bad. Like, this is where I've got some of my stuff. But some of it's higher, if not double, what it looks like it is on eBay. And the reason for that is because, well, I think they pay higher fees and all of that. But guess what? You're actually also going to end up paying taxes on Amazon now. That's a new thing, depending on your state, of course. But it's a new thing for me. So we're paying taxes on, which hurts Amazon sales, because a lot of times if you're ordering a $500 item, you're going to save that $45 by ordering it from Amazon and waiting a week or 4 days or whatever. So the next point I want to get into is with Amazon US, shipping is fast. Like sometimes 2-3 days, even if you don't use their Prime shipping. Now, Prime shipping costs you $100 a year. You get everything guaranteed within 2 days. Somehow it's a miracle of God they get it here in 2 days. I don't know how, but it's amazing. And I sign up for that around Christmas time, leading up to Christmas time, and then cancel it before the 30-day trial is over, just so I don't have to pay the $100. But I get all that. That's something you can do. It's a thing you can do. It's a thing they openly say you can do. So next thing about Amazon US I want to talk about is that you're going to pay a ridiculous amount of money for an official item. So you get an okay price on KO stuff. Official stuff is just ridiculously expensive. So I did a search for MP10, and then you see an MP10 like the Toys R Us version. The best deal you're going to get on that is like $389 and plus tax. So that is, in my opinion, insane. $400 that thing plus tax, and but you'll get the shipping for free. And well, that's just kind of the way it is. That's always been like a crazy price from Amazon. But then again, you know you're going to get it for sure. So next I want to talk about, I did a search for Bad Cube and I couldn't find anything by Bad Cube. And that's just kind of my litmus test, because that's always sold out. I don't know why. Like, it's a freak of nature that Bad Cube stuff's sold out on all these sites all the time. Like, they may get something just in and it's sold out. And that's my litmus test, and Amazon sold out. So I searched for fan toys, and there's a lot of fans toys. But you're going to look at this picture here, and you're going to say, wait a second. That's almost double what everybody else is charging. So, like, the Hoodlum is $147. Sovereign, how much is that? $300? $249 for Road King. The Shockwave Fansway Shockwave Quakewave is 170 or 152 depending on the vendor, and then Spindrift is 55 everywhere on every site, and it's 80 here. So, and 150 for Coot, which was like a $100 figure, just 50% more. So that is the downside to Amazon. Okay, so for those of you who are like chug collectors, looking at Hasbro, I've always found Amazon's a great place to get these. Now you're paying tax, but when you find a sale, like when they put something on sale or clearance out or whatever, it goes super cheap, and it's almost funny. It's like one day, Amazon itself wants to just get rid of this product and it goes super cheap. Right now is not that time of year. It's usually right after Christmas, or actually getting closer to the end of summer, early August, when the newer stuff is arriving and they want to get rid of the older stuff. But if it's sat in there for like a year. But anyway, if you look at this, it's pretty competitive. Like they're trying to knock a few bucks off of the Siege Ultra Magnus there. But the big deal with this is that you can pre-order your items here, and you got the pre-order price guarantee. Just like you have a couple of cool things like the Omega Supreme. It's 160 like everywhere else. But if you let's say you have one of your credit cards or something, and they give a cashback reward, Amazon will make it easy. You can use your cashback reward for them. That's an option too. Okay, so I think everybody's most interested in the Amazon Japan aspect of all of this. So with Amazon Japan, you're gonna have to change the language. So you just go to Amazon Japan, you go to where there's a little globe in the middle here, and you can see the drop down box. I have the drop down box activated, and you just click English, and it's gonna ask you to update. It's gonna change all the language and stuff, and it's gonna ask you to update. So this is what it look like if you do that and you go to a search, and we're gonna search for the MP47 Hound. So the first thing I want to talk to you about is now that you've changed the language to English by clicking the little globe in pretty much the center there and going to English, you're gonna see that there's still a lot of Japanese writing. The English is all of the hardcore functions of Amazon Japan switched to English, make it easy to use. Now the individual sellers, the individual products, some of the descriptions of the product is not going to be in English. It's still going to be in Japanese. It's just part of ordering on Amazon Japan. But we're here to save a buck or two or hundreds. And so I'm going to kind of show you a few scenarios on how I've ordered and all this stuff. So if you want to place an order for one of these things, you can just simply click on the pre-order this item or whatever. Then it takes you to the pre-order, or add to your cart and then check out in your cart. All the same functions as regular Amazon. So what got me started on Amazon Japan is MP44, and seeing is how I was turned on to the fact that it's $150 cheaper. At the time, it seemed like about $150 cheaper than getting it from any U.S. retailer or just anywhere, actually. And so I placed my order, and it came to 33,426 yen, plus the 1,200 shipping and handling, and it locked in the price in yen. So what I did is I threw that number, that 34,626, into a calculator, and in today's dollars, it's $319. Now, when I placed this order, it gave me a total of 307 total. It showed me that in one of my email confirmations, that that's how much it will cost me. So I have yet to get billed on this. So that's one thing about a pre-order through Amazon Japan, is that you're not going to get billed until it is ready to ship. And then they'll ship it. Now, $319 is $12 more than my $307, which it originally quoted me, but it's still $131 cheaper than everywhere else. So I'm okay with that. I'm going to live with that. It's a price that I'm going to have to pay. Literally, obviously. And so that's scenario number one. So still some questions about how much this pre-order is going to be when it comes up. Okay, so scenario 2 is showing you how much I paid for an item. And this was the Plus Wheeljack. And it charged me $66.50. So The day I ordered that, I actually paid more than if I was buying that today based on the price plus the shipping. So it's kind of, that's not very much of a difference to me. I don't really care. But it's saying this conversion thing is a challenge. This conversion thing is causing some issues because from one day to another, like how much you pay for something. So I still think $66 was a good deal for Wheeljack MP Plus. So scenario number 3 appears that I would have gotten this order a little cheaper had I waited a few months, which is different than my scenario with the Optimus Prime, which is going to cost me more. This looks like I could have saved maybe $8. So the conversion rate is all over the place, like, and it fluctuates, and that is a challenge, and that is something you got to stay on top of it. I know that my friend Brian was ordering from overseas a lot, that he would import a lot, and my experience was just we got cut in. He told me how much he got it for. I said, hey, I'm in on it then, and that was that. But he watched these conversion rates, and they change daily, and you pick the right day and you can get a heck of a deal. So scenario number 4 is doing a search for MP47, which I've shown this earlier, but here we are looking at it again, and I've highlighted the one that's from Amazon Japan. Now, you're going to look and you're going to say, well, it's a little cheaper to go from this other seller, which I can't pronounce it. So anyway, it's the one above it's a little bit cheaper. Amazon Japan was the second one. And then if you look below it, it's Ami, and then the Saya Mall Online. So I do want to point out that when I plug that number plus the shipping into the conversion, I end up getting this $138.45. And you can clearly see where it says the $138.19 plus shipping, which is $1,200. And currently unavailable shipping right there is because it's a pre-order. You don't have it yet. So I went ahead and did my pre-order, and to my surprise, it was even cheaper. So that main total must be adding in the shipping, but none of the numbers really matched up. So when you look at something you want, go ahead and put it in your cart and go to checkout, and don't check it out 100%, but you get this preview of your checking out of your item, and then you can go convert, see how much it's really going to cost, and that's actually going to work out pretty well. $129 for the MP47 Hound after shipping, and it will ship to me, and everything I've gotten about 5 days. I think something, they even sent me an email saying it's delayed, and it took a whole week. It took 7 days, but they made a big deal about it. Like, it's, oh, this is delayed, it's going to arrive late. So I like that kind of service. Now, remember when we were looking at the MP47 Hound, that with this, there were some cheaper options. So I clicked on one of the cheaper options, and the Saya Mall Online, and this is what you're going to get. You're going to get, sorry, this item can't be shipped to your selected address, and all the red writing. Now, the third-party vendors don't always ship to the US, and that's an issue. But some do. And so I actually have gotten a couple of items, 2 items so far, that were from third-party vendors. How do you know which one will ship to the US? Or your country, now this isn't just US, your country of origin. You're going to have to put it in your cart and try to check out. That's the only way to find out 100%. You put it in your cart, try to check out, and if it does this, you can't. You just keep clicking them until you find one. Or you just are out of luck. I prefer going through Amazon Japan, even if I'm going to pay a few dollars more, because I feel a little bit more comfortable with them, because they have more control, but their business model, they do still have a lot of control over the third-party vendors, so it's still not an issue. So I hope you found this a little bit helpful to set up Amazon Japan account, to learn maybe a little something about Amazon that you might not have known. But I use Amazon. I used to use it a lot more before they started charging tax, and I don't believe there is any tax getting charged from China. So if you use, or China, Japan, if you use Amazon Japan. But leave me some notes down there in the comment section. Did you learn anything? Do you already order from Amazon Japan? Is this enlightening you? And I'll be upfront. The only reason I even started is because of MP44, and I ordered quite a few things. As you can see, it's kind of addicting. It's addictive to save money. Like, subscribe, and touch your hammer out.